Hello again, and welcome to another short video about Solo 6. For this video, I'm going to teach you just a little bit about how you can individualize Solo for your students. The last video that we watched was just about Write Out Loud, and because Write Out Loud and all the tools that were in Write Out Loud should be kind of fresh in your memory, I wanted to take this time to kind of go and show you how you as an RTI specialist and a resource teacher can individualize Solo for kids. So you go to the teacher sign-in. I hope you all are enjoying using Solo with your students. There is a lot of fun stuff on here. So when you are in your teacher central, and always just check the top, go to student preferences. All right, student preferences. This will enable you to pick a student, and we're going to pick Ben, and we're going to say, what are those things that Ben should have access to? If he should have access to everything, then we're just going to leave it like this. But let's go through. Highlight sentence by sentence. We can choose right here the speech part. You know how I showed you how the kids can choose it, or the tab that's at the top, or right here you can choose that, especially after you talk to the student, after you figure out, does the student need letters, words, or speaking sentences is just fine. That's a discussion for you to have with the student. The text, the voice can be locked. Your voice rate, you can choose that for him right here. This is great when you are, after you've had that conversation, and you can find out exactly what Ben needs. And then you can set it, and you do not have to then teach your students to use that toolbar. Again, you need to make sure that your students are logged, or that your students their names are in Student Central. Okay. You can choose the toolbar, what it should look like. You can also choose that font for your students. Okay. Again, like I said, I like 18. You can choose whatever. You can choose, do they have access to the internet or not? Okay, if you have a student that, this one is for the Read Out Loud. I will tell you that. We haven't gone over Read Out Loud yet, but maybe you have a student that is doing a research project, but the student is distracted easily. So if you put them in the internet and would allow them to look up various articles, it might get a little chaotic because they won't stay in the same article. But if you choose those articles and pull them through as an electronic file, the student now no longer needs access to the internet, so you can take that off for them. Okay? Speak the toolbars and buttons. You can take that off if your student doesn't need it. This is if your student is doing a test in Write Out Loud, you can choose what accommodations you would like for that student to use. Okay, and if you want your students to have a password, you can set that. All right, and then you can, there's auditory cues and different things down here, okay? I just wanted to show you that so that you can go ahead and play around with this, take a look at it, and remember you can create a fake student in your account so that you can play around with it, so you can see what it looks like, and then see what your students will have access to and what they don't have access to. Okay, perfect way to assign things to kids, because now maybe in the resource room your students have freedom to make those choices and to learn about the toolbar, but maybe when you send them back to class, you need to go ahead and lock some things or change some things so they can just open open up their Write Out Loud assignment and start working right away and take those distractions away. All right, thank you very much. And our next video will be about Co-Writer or the word prediction. And we get to look at the fun features in there as well. Thank you.